What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Okay, let's get the elephant out of the room. I am sorry about Friday. Okay, I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, I saw that I was already 35 minutes late to the stream, and I just thought I just don't have the energy to do this. So I apologize. All right, genuinely, I do apologize. But my missus was away, and I was super tired, and I thought, oh, just have a little lay down. Bad move. All right, bad move. Hopefully we'll be able to keep the stream moving tonight. If you notice, I have actually now got a blur in the background. That's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? Now, the only thing is it might end up making me super choppy, so I may have to take the blur off. But if I do, then fine. Hopefully we don't have to. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I want to get into quite a bit, but I'm trying to... yeah, I know. Tell me about it, Fat Sonic. We're going to try and pivot just a little bit this evening in terms of some of the content that comes out. It's important that we are not just talking macro stuff, but I want to get into a little bit of specifics, okay? I want to talk a little bit about 5 reasons or 5 technical reasons why, at this moment in time, my view is we are going to see a push down in the market, okay? And I know I've been shilling this kind of narrative now for a while. I know some people keep sending me messages going to, but you're absolutely off your head. But let's walk through what the technicals are telling us, and let's see where we get to. Okay, so I want to walk through that probably first half of the show. Second half of the show, we'll just kind of open it up. So I want to give you a bit of an update on the trading bot that we've got running at the minute in the background, and some very bullish news if you are a channel member. That's going to be coming to you guys ASAP. So I will share that with you as soon as I can. So I'll give you an update on how that bot's been playing out. And then we'll talk a little bit more about just some macro stuff that's going on, okay? So definitely going to be a good show. Hit the like button. As always, hit the subscribe button if you're not already locked in. And if you're brand new here on TikTok, do appreciate you guys tuning in as well. So definitely get involved with all this, all right? So without a further ado, let me bring you over here, TikTok, so that you get a look. Hold on a minute. Did I actually convert the cat? I don't think I did. Okay, mirror, there you go. There you go. You can see the screen now. Right, so TikTok, you are now in. And yeah, here we go, look. So you might notice a couple of little things different on the chart. I'll talk about that in just a minute. But trying to be a bit more slicker in terms of what we talk about and some of those key measures that we are looking at. Trying to bring just some real ease and utility when we talk about charting and what's kind of going on. So, yeah, what's going on? Selmo said the straightforward moves predicting the price of crypto. Yeah, maybe. M. Kriegs in the building. M. Kriegs, I did see your message. I've been with my kids and my mum all day, so I just didn't get a chance to reply to you, so I apologize, but I did see it. The answer would be no, not at the minute. Thank Christ for that. I thought my eyes were going. It's all good, Stu. What's going on, buddy? So, so here is the current price of BTC on the weekly candles here, and the reason why I bring up the weekly candles is this is kind of where we're going to start on our first view as to kind of where this market is, and more importantly, how this market is going to shape out in the broader future. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. Like I said, we're going to get into kind of 5. I'm definitely up for you guys kind of giving me a bit of a view as to kind of what you guys think as well, because I think that's important to, you know, to get into as well. And, you know, sort of walk through kind of where all that kind of gets to. So, yeah, I highly recommend chucking your thoughts, your views, your attentions in, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so it's important. So, you can see here so far that this is going to be a really bullish weekly candle for us. Really bullish, actually. It's still within this kind of pennant that we have that we talked about a while back. But actually, when you look at this from a weekly perspective, it's a pretty big candle. And, you know, people are starting to talk about, well, markets are going to move, etc., etc., etc. Which, you know, look, there's nothing that is untoward with a rally to, you know, 74,000 is kind of your first, you know, your sort of first line, which is, you know, somewhere around here, for example. And then obviously, even if you were to go even higher, 74 being the key thing, even if you came up and tested sort of the lower end here, potentially even at the bottom end of this kind of bull pennant there around, you know, 78,000 wouldn't be unusual. But where do we start then when we talk about some of the key things that we're looking at to give us an indication as maybe where this market's going to go and how we can start to build a strategy for how we play this market? Remember, it isn't just about, oh, well, so-and-so said it was going to move to the upside, or so-and-so said it was going to go to the downside, whatever, okay? This is about understanding a little bit of fundamentals so we can kind of, you know, build out the picture. So the big red line here is one of the most important lines that we have to tell us that the Bitcoin bull market or bear market is very much underway. And to understand why this is such an important line, we need to go back through time. And more importantly, go back over previous bull market cycles to understand what this line is and essentially what it is kind of defined over the course of the last, 4 or 5 bull market cycles, okay? So what you can see here, and just for reference, by the way, this is the 200-week moving average. Good on Fairground. Good to see you. I realize I haven't got my phone there, so I can't see anyone that's joined here. Man, there is loads of people like jumping in right now, Casey, isn't it? That's wild. Yeah, block that other guy as well, who has to come and shilling someone else's live stream for some pathetic coach program. Anyway, get rid of him, Casey. Thank you, man. You're keeping your job. Yeah, let's go on Fairground. We could cross the line in June. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow. I mean, that's true. I'm not saying it does. And again, I haven't said my point yet, Fat Sonic. So the 200-week moving average essentially, or has done over the previous number of years, has brought us to the bottom of the bear market. Essentially, when price hits this, we normally then see a rally to the upside, okay? And you can kind of see over the course of the last few years, go all the way back to, let's start way back in the early dawns. So this is the 2013 bull market cycle top that came in at $1,263. Pretty bullish indeed. You can see then price depreciated over obviously what we've been talking about, which is about a year. You can see there, look, sorry, it's a bit longer than a year actually to the bottom. Well, the bottom's here, isn't it, actually? 427 days until we hit the bottom of this big red line here. So this big red line, historically, the 200-week moving average is essentially what we deem as the bull and bear market line. What you're looking for, generally speaking, is price to react off this line here, and then we continue to push to the upside. So the confirmation here back in 2013, we came down, retested, consolidated within the line, and actually this is an uptrending line, and then obviously we then stead to the new all-time high here back in 2017. Now, what you can then see yet again is that we then break out, hit the all-time high, we then come down all the way, once again, hitting the 200-week moving average here at around $3,000. So taking that wick from 19,000 down there, a retracement of 83% here back in 2017. We can then see us consolidating on the 200-week moving average before we then start to break. Now, interestingly, back here in 2017, 2018, 2019, we did actually revisit the 200-week moving average, but then, yeah, again, breakout, and off we go to a new new all-time high back here in 2021. Yeah, again, exactly the same principles, trading above the EMAs, trading above the SMAs, and then once again, we break down all the way to the 200-week moving average. Now, I've always said this, and I've been saying this for the longest time, that this has always been slightly different because this is FTX collapsing here, which is always going to slightly skew the numbers briefly, but this essentially is not a thing that should have happened. If you think about how FTX collapsed, this was purely down to the fact that Sam Bankman-Fried couldn't manage a business, and that Alameda Research through Caroline Ellison were essentially trading billions of dollars of money that they didn't have. So this massive wick came down here. So you kind of shouldn't have got this bigger wick down, which maybe then generated this kind of pushback to the upside. But as you can see here, look, 200-week moving average, once again, once we break from the 200-week moving average, we rallied all the way up to the all-time high here, around $126,000 in 2025. So where does that bring us to today? And why then are we in a place saying, well, is the bottom really in or not? Well, we haven't visited the 200-week moving average. We came close. You could argue 60,000 was close. But what you have here is the 200-week moving average is around 58,400. We didn't wick to it. We didn't consolidate around it. So this is the first indication that if history is to repeat itself and that essentially things play out as they have done previously, that the 200-week moving average would be somewhere we would have to go down to retest. This is historically a strong buy point. It indicates the bottom of the bears. We haven't been anywhere near it just yet. So the assumption here would then be that, well, Bitcoin needs to retrace back to the 200-week moving average if it was to follow the same suit as every other previous bull market. What's going on, RPM? Good to see you, man. It was one day. I know I fall asleep quite a lot, by the way. Q-Wood, thank you so much. It's amazing explain. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to hit the follow button. So, again, this is why I think we need to retest the 200-week moving average here at the bottom. Now, you also have this purple line here, which is the 100-week simple moving average, which essentially is kind of like the current breakout point. So if you were to say, well, actually, we don't need to hit the 200-week moving average, this is the bottom. Before you could really say, well, the bull runs back on, then I've dropped some frames. Let me turn off Okay, let me, 1 second. 1 second. I have a funny feeling that it is causing some problems with the webcam. So let me just go into filters, background. How can I turn this off? Oh, like that, I think. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me know if that's made things a little bit better because I just turned it off. And everything else is closed. It should be closed. Okay, yeah, let me know if that, hopefully that probably makes life just a bit better. So I just had to close the camera off. It's like an app that runs in the background. It's not the biggest deal in the world. So in order for us to say, well, the breakout, and I'm actually going to color this a little bit differently because I think this would be better if we color it. Let's color it. What color have we not got here that could be good? This one. Okay, let's give it a little bit more. Yeah, let's give it a little bit more here. There we go. So this essentially is telling us that this is the breakout point, which is sitting around $87,000. If we were to say, well, the bull market is back on. This is the 100-day EMA, or sorry, the 100-week moving average, which tells us roughly where price is right now. That says, look, if we were to break up, this is kind of the price chart we're looking for. So bear market indicator down here, bull market breakout indicator, which, by the way, this will always come further down as price trends below it. So this is kind of giving you an idea as to where we go. Likewise here, that the 200-week moving average will increase as price trades above it. Okay, so it's kind of giving you a bit of a vibe here as to how this will play out. And sort of the first indicator, in my opinion, that is telling us that, well, the market probably has a little bit further more to come down. Again, understanding how these moving averages work sort of gives us some idea as to maybe how it goes. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a nice little move here on the weekly candles, but as much as people are like, well, this is super bullish, and there's a post that someone sent me earlier on, it was like, oh my God, do you think this is like true? Like, look, all this crazy shit that's coming this week. It just isn't the biggest deal in the world. Damien, thank you so much, my man. What's going on, evening, buddy? It isn't the greatest things in the world. So anyway, that's the first indicator that I think is important to reference here. And again, from a chart perspective, I don't believe that we are particularly anywhere near here. Okay, so again, worthwhile thinking about. Okay. The second one that we talked about, we have discussed this before here on the channel, is the MVRV score. Now, I'm just going to be dead honest with you, okay? And it's important that we're all dead honest and we're all, you know, honest with each other. I wish I had like a slightly... Can I get this on coin glass? Let me just see if I can get this on coin glass because it's really bright and it's hurting my eyes. MVRV, just because it'll be better. Just because it'll be easier to look at rather than this. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. I can actually get this on here. All right, this is way better to look at. Oh, that is just miraculously better. Okay, so the MVRV. This is actually, when you understand what it is, a really, really interesting chart. So the MV stands for market value and the RV stands for the realized value. And it is understanding what those two different values mean to try and then tell us where the price of action is potentially going to go. So what you have in essence here is that when you have the MVRV indicator pushing up, it essentially means that most Bitcoin that's been trading on the blockchain has moved for a more recent price, and it's telling you where holders generally sit. Are they sitting within profit? Are they sitting behind profit? And the fair value price then is kind of telling you where BTC is. And historically, when you get big spikes up in the market, what you get generally is that big pushes up in Bitcoin price are generally followed by a spike in Bitcoin's MVRV score. Okay, this is kind of worth understanding as it kind of plays through. Okay, if you know, right now, look, you can see here the MVRV score, which is the green line, is significantly below the price of BTC. What does this tell us? Well, it tells us that the measured value is actually way lower than the current realized value. So what is it telling us? It's telling us that, well, BTC right now versus how many people are holding it and what they hold is actually overvalued, okay? So this is where you kind of get these market uptrends, these market moves, and the fact here is that you'd want to see the two prices meet. Whenever you get bigger market pushes up in price, generally speaking, you correlate the two. As you can see right now, we're not correlating whatsoever. So you see an RV away from the BTC price, telling us that, well, one is either going to have to come to the other. And the obvious answer is, well, BTC price will come down as people simply can't sell. Okay, so these are, you know, when you kind of say, well, These are people that FOMO'd at the top. They FOMO'd over 100. They basically FOMO'd into any price that currently sits above the current price of BTC. So anyone that bought in above $73,000 currently is sitting in a loss. And again, this kind of links to a couple of key things. When you get extreme levels, so big volatility in price, big volatility in the MVRV score, that's when you kind of get bull market cycles. That's when you get massive uptrends in the market. And the fact is, we don't have that. You could even zoom in. If you went, say, back to, let's go back to 2020, which you can see here, look, so this is the 2020 bull market cycle. You can see here that this is the 2021. So you got a big spike up in MVRV, followed then by a big spike up in price. You obviously get the matching two that went into the kind of big move here, $60,000, the all-time high for BTC. So again, remember, the MVRV score is going to generally be uptrending above the price of BTC, okay? It's important to think about where that is. You are wanting to see extreme levels in MVRV scores, essentially saying that everyone's undervalued against the price, okay? So that means that it has way more options to grow and way more opportunities to go even higher, okay? So that is kind of important to think about as you sort of walk through that as well. And again, at the minute, we are not anywhere near that. So again, just worth kind of thinking about as you walk through this market. And the other thing to think about here as well is we're not in like a super crazy rush really to kind of get into this like bull market, like, oh my God, the bull market needs to start. Like, no, we're not in there. Now, the other one that I think is worth noting, and many people don't talk about this, and I think personally, the more and more we dive into some of these more macro stuff, and the more we dive into some of these more specific charts, it sort of paints a picture as to where we can kind of then assume that Bitcoin or the crypto markets may or may not go. So this is the pool multiple, okay? This is important, right? Because this essentially is telling us what the miners are doing, and you're looking for miner capitulation. So essentially, are miners selling? Are they holding? Like, what are they doing? This is kind of what we want to look for. And I think with a lot of this, is the camera better, by the way? I'm just checking to see if I'm losing any frames, and I don't see that I'm losing frames. So I'm assuming everything's kind of gone. I'm assuming everything's kind of, played out okay right now. So what is it, right? So it's the miner revenue versus the historical averages of the price. So you can see the big green line here is essentially the price at the end of the day, and the pool multiple is one underneath, which is essentially the miner's view. So what you generally see is as mining profits explode, the indicator will essentially then head to a more oversold range, which is kind of telling us that there is a risk brewing in the market. Now, if you think about how miners essentially get their profits to explode, it's directly linked to price, okay? This is important to think about. No camera is fine. It's because I can't run my screen through TikTok. I am here, by the way, look. Hey, if you were bothered. I mean, I don't know if you are. Not many people are actually bothered. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here if people are curious. So, like we said, you can see this going back from the 2013 peak where we see massive miner capitulation on the pool multiplier versus the price at the end of the day. You see it once again happening in 2021. You see it not quite happening in 2025, but still a very, very bullish momentum. It essentially isn't a top signal, but it means that miners are making money. And I think this is a good indicator. Where we are right now, look at it. We are so low on the pool multiplier that what's going on? That, this is again is telling us that, like, right, miners are in the shit right now. They need to sell, and we've been seeing that over the course of the last, few kind of weeks as well. So it is important to reference as that's kind of playing through. Okay, so again, another indicator right now that, in my view, is telling us markets are, a little bit uneasy. Okay. That's the third indicator. So we talked about the 200-week moving average. We've talked about the pool multiplier, and we've also talked about the MVRV. Okay, these are important things to think about. So, two more to talk about dead quick, and then any questions you got, by the way, drop in the chat, and I'll answer them, or I'll try and answer them the best I can. Do me a quick favor though, definitely hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Society, everything should be fine now. I'm just looking at my end, and it all looks like it's okay. I haven't dropped any more frames since I adjusted the camera setting, so hopefully it's all fine. But yeah, keep me posted. Joe, what's going on? Just waiting patiently. My sub $1 XRP buy orders get filled. Nice, bro. Nice. Okay, so next on the list, and we probably need to put it into here actually because this is important to reference, and we will put this just straight in. Dead simple indicator, which is the RSI. Okay, and many of you know the RSI, the relative strength indicator. It tells us essentially where does market sentiment feel. Now, there's loads of variants to this. You can get like a MACD RSI variant, which kind of brings loads of different stuff in it. I actually run a slightly different RSI, but for the purpose of this live stream, I thought, hey, well, let's just talk about, let's just talk about the RSI in its entirety, okay? And then we can kind of walk on and sort of talk about how this kind of plays out over the course of the next few weeks. Okay, so here is the RSI now based over the course of the last, best part of 10 years, for example. And what you're looking for historically is that when you get an uptick in the markets or the bull market, remember, this isn't necessarily about saying that, oh, we're in the bull market right now. As many people are trying to push this narrative, I'm going to look at some of the videos on YouTube. Everyone's like, the bull market's here. It's like, these are why I think, by the way, I'm not saying people can't buy stuff right now. I still think Bitcoin at 70,000 is still relatively cheap based on where it's going. But again, you've got to kind of look at a few more things other than a few, 6 days worth of green candles. Afternoon on the Discord free. I don't like paying for friends. Yes, Discord is free. We have two different types of the Discord. Discord is free. And then we also have a paid Discord group where we have trading bots, all the rest of it. We are literally, by the way, dead quick. I know I'm talking about something else, but just got confirmed that we will be offering some of you the trading bot that I have for free. Okay, for free, $2,000 worth of trading bots, and you're gonna get it for free if you're a channel member. I can't give it to everybody, but a couple of you guys that are good traders that want to sort of utilize it. And I'll show you some results on that in a little bit as well. But yeah, if you're a channel member again, but just to get in the Discord, it is totally free. Like we're not that place, but you don't get all the access to like the bots and all the rest of it that we have in there. Okay, Max, I'll take a look at it. Crypto Various, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. So the weekly RSI essentially is what we see for bull market cycles. Now, there's two parts to this. We historically generally see the bottoms of the bear markets at the absolute lowest possible points here on the weeklies on the RSI. So when we generally trade below this 28, 29 level, this historically does point us to the bottoms of the bear market. Again, you can see here in 2022, you can go back even further. You can see the bottom coming in here back in the bottom of the first week of 2020. And likewise here at the bottom end here coming in at 2018. The only one that was slightly different was obviously got back a little bit further, but still in 2015, you saw the bottom. Now we are close. And I must stress this point, by the way. I'm not saying that we have got miles until we dip below. Scott knows what's going on, my man. Welcome in. Yes, buddy. Thank you for the populars. Appreciate it, my man. I am here. Look, yo. It's important you guys see these charts as we're sort of walking through this. So I'm not saying for a second, by the way, we have got months and months and months of downtrend coming and that actually we're going to see $30,000. I don't think that's the case. I think that our predictions of $55,000 to $60,000 is probably on the money based on the current RSI trend, based on the current MVRV score, pull multiplier, and that 200-week moving average. They all sit perfectly at around $58,000, which in my opinion is where I'm going in. I'm not saying you guys should do, but that's absolutely where I'm going to. So again, the market needs to start to push to the upside. The first indicator will be getting above 50. This is the neutral zone for the weekly RSI that's telling us that market sentiment is shifting. At the minute, we haven't dipped below the lower range of 29. We've been close, as we've been close here to the 50-week move, to the 200-week moving average, but we haven't break below. And actually, therefore, that tells us that we probably have another downside move to come. And I'm going to come out of the technical side of things and talk to you about some news stories that I think may affect this, okay? That may affect this. So right now with the weekly RSI, yes, this is an indicator. We saw this in 2017. We saw it in 2021 for the opposite end. So actually bull market cycles generally trading above the 75. Actually, we normally see this in around the 90s. We see exactly the same trending on the bear market cycle as well. Okay. Important to think about both of those two things. And then the final chart, the final thing that I think is worth looking at, and the final thing, and we've talked about this a number of times here, which is a really basic pattern that so many people neglect and so many people just don't care about it because they don't care what's going on. It is the long-term holder supply. What are people doing? What are they trading? What are they actually doing with their particular assets? Now, the annoying thing is I've totally lost the chart where I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. And that is not what I want. It's not that one. Where is it? Here we go. Got it. Got it. So, I think this one is the one we need. Yeah, this is the one we need. We can work with this one. So the long-term holder, this is obviously based on MVRV, but we're not bothered about the MVRV. We're bothered about positive and negative momentum, okay? So we're only bothered here, so let's take these three off. We're bothered essentially about how this is moving. So the green and the red, because this is telling us what the view of the long-term holders are doing, okay? And whenever you are in a narrative of saying, well, the long-term holders are still selling, then this is generally not a bear market, okay? And it is important. Now, you could argue and say, well, what are they doing right now? Well, the fact is, yeah, they're selling right now. So they are definitely in this world of back end of or end of bull market, capitulation, and then starting into which one, Lee Capone? This one we're looking at right now, or the one previous? This is kind of telling us that we're starting to go into a more specific early bear market. So what we're looking for here on this is as the red converts to the green, this is going to tell us that long-term holders are once again accumulating Bitcoin. The bear market signs that are actually really obvious is that big holders accumulate. Remember, these can be exchanges, whales, even just you and I, seasoned veterans of this cryptocurrency market. This is the long-term holder momentum chart. So what are long-term holders? These are people who have held Bitcoin over 365 days. What are they doing right now? Green tells us they're accumulating. Red tells us they're selling. So what we can decipher here by the chart is, I need to kind of just zoom out for you guys a little bit because you're just kind of missing it. What you can see here on the chart is that essentially whales right now, big wallets, are still selling a little bit. And we want to see this convert back to green. This tells us that, well, bear market accumulation, early bull markets are where we see generally strong holding. And you can go back, look, this is the 2021. So you see all of this move in 2020. We see the sell-off of the peak of 2019. We then see just consistent uptrend in green positive momentum. Big wallets are buying a shit ton of Bitcoin, right? Dead simple, dead easy, okay? If they are still accumulating, generally seen as positive, and this generally will push prices higher, okay? So if you then take all of this, put it all together and tell us, well, where do we get to right now? And how does this kind of all play out? Well, it's pretty obvious. Right now, everything is pointing to more downside potential. Whether you're looking at the weekly RSI, whether you're looking at the MACD, whether you're looking at MVRV scores, whether you're looking at the 200-week simple moving average, whether you're looking at sentiment within the markets right now, you know, all of this, in my opinion here in the weekly is telling us that, yeah, we could see some more downside. Now, I'm not saying that that's an absolute guarantee. We can't guarantee anything in this space. And if I know anything like you guys know anything, who the hell knows what's going to happen? But if everything plays out as it should do and as it normally does, then this tells us that markets have got another opportunity to come back. And the best way of looking at this is going to previous cycles and say, well, what happened before? If you look back here at the 2021 bull market cycle, you could even argue and say, well, the weekly candles mean nothing, okay? Mean nothing. For example, this was the first week, we got the dump, we then pounced back up again, which, by the way, we're not getting this. We're not getting the double top scenario. We've kind of already had it. But you can see here that we got the big dump arena. We then sort of get this consolidation. But look, you could easily get 2 weeks where everyone starts to freak out and say, hey, the bull market's back on, baby. We're going to the moon. You were all wrong. I'm glad I'm all in. I'm glad I'm max leverage here on the crypto market. What happens? They get nuked and we go down to a new low. So as much when you look at this of 2021 and you go, okay, maybe. Then you flick forward to where we are right now, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I can see this. Okay, you know, maybe we get another green candle. Maybe we retest the 74, 75, 80K mark, maybe. But right now, in my opinion, this structurally looks like we're probably going to push lower. It aligns to every single thing that we've talked about. Now, again, you can hedge against this a little bit. If you're a trader, for example, and you want to trade on some of the greatest exchanges out there, then I highly recommend checking them out. Weex.com got an insane offer for you, as well as Bitunix. We don't do things by halves here on the channel. We make sure you get the best deals possible. And that's right, Bitunix, 50% bonus. No one else offering you that crazy deposit bonus like we are here on the 2Bit Crypto channel. So if you are interested in that, do check out the link in the description or head over to my link tree. You can get all access to all of our exchange partners and they'll give you full access to what's going on there. Like I said, everyone else is giving you 20% rebates. No, 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 not the 2Bit Crypto community. We're not about it, all right? We give you even better offers. And if you check out this, You can even head over if you like Weex, for example. Maybe you're like, hey, I want to go to Weex 2-bit. I prefer it. We're going to give you 50% deposit bonuses and even a lucky draw there where you can win 100 USDT. So definitely check those links out in the description. Also in the in my link tree as well, you can get access to that as well. All right, which is kind of cool. So definitely check both of those exchanges out if you are looking to trade all of your favorite cryptocurrencies. All right, good. So that kind of brings us then to what are the things that could potentially railroad us? Because it's easy coming on here and going, well, I think there is some really obvious things in the market that are going to push us down. There's some really painful things that could be a problem, all right? I can now zoom back out and kind of do this so you guys can see me a little bit more. Hi TikTok, welcome in. So what are the things right now that are kind of telling us that the market's going to be a pain, all right? And what can we kind of then decipher this and say, well, how do we get to this narrative? Like Bitcoin's pumping, look at it. It's at 0.82% today. We're now in a world of, go to the dailies. Look how crazy this chart looks. You know, Bitcoin is in a world of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Green candles, making it happen. BTC breaking out right now. Why is people so bearish? You know, pretty interesting if you ask me. Well, that's because we need to look at some macro stuff, which is kind of crazy. By the way, someone asked about XCM, by the way. It's up there, which is absolutely wild. As is Tau, by the way, as well. I don't know if you've seen that. And Fetch AI. Let's go, Fetch AI. We'll take a look at some coins in a minute. But yeah, pretty crazy that we're seeing this big breakout in altcoins. So yeah, pretty crazy. Rob, what's going on, buddy? Rob, I've totally forgot to send you a message back. You just need to let me know when you can do it and we can jump on a call. I mean, at the minute though, oh, my entire live stream's just gone down. Great. I'm back. Okay. We're having some buffering issues, boys. The heck? What the heck? We shouldn't be having any buffering issues. That is super annoying, actually. Let me just check. Yeah, everything's closed down. Okay. Maybe just some kind of internet problems. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. We are now back, I think. It looks like we're back anyway. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we can just jump on like a Telegram call or whatever's easiest, mate. Whatever works. But it probably won't be tonight, but maybe tomorrow or the day after we can do it if you're free at some point. So one of the things right now that we can kind of look at and say, well, these could affect the markets. I mean, everyone's kind of, you know, saying, oh, the bull run's coming. Someone literally sent me this tweet earlier on. They were like, bro, what do you think about this? Like the bull run's coming. So markets reacting to the US strikes on Carg Island. I mean, it could be good news. It could be bad news. I mean, we'll take a look at the futures market in just a minute, but yeah, pretty interesting. February pending home sales data. No one cares. February PPI inflation data might be interesting. Bear in mind, CPI coming relatively flat. We didn't get too much of a move on that. So it's like, okay. We'll see. Fine. Let's take a look at how that plays out. And expectations, by the way, is that it is 0.3 versus 0.5. So it would actually be bullish based on February's data. That's before, obviously, we got stuck in this. Forrest, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. You absolute massive legend. You get Fed interest rate decision statement on Wednesday. I mean, if you already, like, if you're in this world of thinking the Fed's going to do anything other than say, we're not hiking rates, and Powell's going to be hawkish, you are literally not looking at what's going on in the markets, in my opinion, by the way. And then you get a little bit of manufacturing data, which is going to be interesting, okay? So as much as people are kind of positioning this week as like, oh my God, it's going to be crazy, I just don't think it is. I think if anything, flat, and if anything, it's going to be pretty boring, okay? So that's the kind of data that we need to look at. Now, there is some other crazy stuff going on that I think people are totally neglecting that they need to look at, and that is this. Okay, not him specifically. I mean, this is Xi Jinping. But the fact is that right now, there is a accumulation of military hardware near Taiwan. This is bad news, okay? If China goes into Taiwan, then it's going to be pretty tasty, all right? I don't think there's any other way of describing it. Now, what it was saying here is, look at this, 26 Chinese warplanes operating nearby, 16 warplanes crossing into air defense zones, 7 Navy ships are all near Taiwan. And what's interesting here is if you were in a world of, let's say, strategically trying to take an asset that the US has protected for a number of years, when the US has just been told by about 7 or 8 European countries and Japan including, they're not going to help them keep the Straits of Hormuz open, you might be tempted to go into Taiwan. Now, let's hope that this doesn't happen. The last thing we need is further escalation in what is already a pretty challenging environment. But if China goes into Taiwan, then it's all bad news. I mean, it depends how you look at it. Like, it's bad news because it's war. Okay, I don't want to paint any sort of picture here that I'm like, oh, pro-war, this is cool. Like, I'm not painting that picture in any way, shape, or form. However, this would obviously be pretty bad news. A, because it will just create loads of global unrest. And then at the same time, you kind of go, right, we're going to really find out what China has actually been doing and whether this all kind of sits and how it all sits, because it's all about to get pretty crazy. So we do need to be mindful of this. And yeah, I mean, I think if China goes into Taiwan, you're going to see a massive dump on this. I think it may bounce back. Remember, generally speaking, geopolitical events are by the dip. Okay, they generally speaking are. So again, this could be the wick down. I'm not trying to put all my eggs in one basket, but it is kind of worth noting on here as things go. And then the last one I just thought was worthwhile taking a quick peek at. Again, aligned to some of the stuff we talked about, this is the on-chain indicator flashing a warning sign for Bitcoin. Altcoin season, social media mentions at multi-year lows. Essentially, the markets are not bothered about cryptocurrency right now. They're more bothered about global tensions, war in Iran, Taiwan, any sort of other, and like they're all very, very nervous. So again, it depends how you look at this market, and these are the important times. No one ever got rich buying the top. And I'm not saying that this is a true fast way of buying and getting rich, but at the same time, there are moments when you should buy and there are moments when you shouldn't. And when massive fears in the market, everyone's freaking out, wars everywhere, generally speaking, it's probably a decent time to certainly have a look at getting in the market. While everything is screaming, be cautious, okay? Pretty interesting, all right? Pretty interesting. So that kind of just gives you a bit of an idea, walks you through a couple of concepts, and in my opinion, gives you my stance on where I sit currently in the price of BTC. How does all that change? Well, you probably get some sort of easing of tensions in Iran. Maybe you get the Straits of Hormuz open. Maybe we don't blow any more islands up. I say we, I mean the US particularly. Maybe you get a weird pivot from the Federal Reserve, or we don't see more escalating costs. May all start to play out in a slightly different way. But again, we could, it's very unlikely, but we could just say, well, the bottom's already in. The bottom came in and, you know, that was 60,000 if you missed it. Tough shit. And we're now going to move to the upside. Or not. Either way, when you look at where the market is versus where it was at the peak of 2025, you still argue it's undervalued based on some. And this isn't going to continue like this forever. I don't believe for a second that, you know, right now BTC came in and he bounced from 65,900 and we're just going to go to 300K. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't support kind of what we've seen, all right? In my opinion, anyway. Doesn't mean we can't pump. Doesn't mean we can't have a relief rally. And even if you were to say, well, where do we even get to? So far, that's the line that we've been rejected on every single time, which isn't the most historically good line, but again, is a line that you say, well, we've rejected off this line a number of times here right before. And even if you Fibonacci this, it kind of falls in a similar sort of pattern. Look, so you see there that if you go slightly below the Fib, oh my God, it's down here. You're slightly below the Fibonacci. You can see where that retest right between the 618 and the 786 Fibonacci aligned to there. So again, worth thinking about as this kind of walks through and goes through, because it's, you know, some of the key things that are pointing in the direction. Okay, so that's kind of where I get to. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. I'm dead curious about your thoughts, opinions, views about those indicators. Are you bearish? Are you bullish? Is the bottom already in? What's Taiwan semiconductor price looking like? What is it called? What's the thingy? Okay, is it TMS or something? TMS semiconductor price. Is it TMS or T something other? TSM. TSM. That's it, isn't it? TSM is at 338. Yeah, 338 at 1.6 gain close on Friday. What that looks like after hours, pre-markets are down 0.5%. So nothing super crazy. Batmate, my internet is dodgy tonight. Yeah, so is mine, Fairground. I don't know why, but good to have you back. Good to have you back. Okay. As we go up, I take profit so I can buy again. I don't mind the 10 here. Yeah, society, that's the way to do it. 100%. We are bullish. Alt season starts from start NW. What does NW mean? What's going on, Wayne? Good to see you, man. Gold is dropping. Yeah, I mean, that was always going to happen though, wasn't it? Bullish. Market always does the opposite of majority. Yeah, well, that's the thing though. The majority thinks the bull market's here. I think. I mean, I don't know what the sentiment is, but I think the majority feels like this is the bull market, that we're back. Everything's going to the moon. And I mean, BTC is about to break 72,000. It's like, holy shit, go for it. You know, I think a lot of people believe the market's like bottomed and it's already in and we're off to the moon. So yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Even if we were to push up, if we break this line, yeah, okay, 74, 75, 76, maybe, that'll be kind of like, I think that just gets loads of FOMO late longs in and just gets wrecked. But, we'll see. We will see how that all plays out. Okay. 48K Bitcoin incoming, Tim. See? That's it. Right. Don't forget, if you haven't already hit the like button and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do so. My internet, once again, keeps dropping. Just as we build back above 100 people, my internet just completely plummets again. Why do you keep breaking? It's just the most annoying thing. I don't know why you keep just breaking. I mean, I'm still live. It just keeps like flicking out for like a couple of minutes. Anyway, I think sometimes the internet just breaks personally. Trump coin are bullish. Trump coin. Okay, so drop your questions. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. That would be great. Let's have a discussion about it. I'm all down for it. I'm all up for it. And yeah, let's kind of dive into a couple of other coins. Let's kind of see what's going on out there. Let's get a bit of a vibe and a view and sort of see kind of where this is playing out. I don't think that's a bad thing, by the way. So Bitcoin breaking above 72,000. Interesting. So is gold look at gold futures. I mean, we called this. I'm not even kidding. When everyone was like, gold's going to the moon, to me, don't know what you're talking about. We called this move. I mean, look at gold right now. If you've taken from the top, like that is like proper starting to it's starting to really feel a bit tasty, this, isn't it? So watch out. Yeah, gold futures down 1.25. Holy crap. Pretty interesting. Silver down as well. That's interesting. Down back below 80. Got so many people got demolished on silver. Look how bearish silver is right now. Again, I think this pushes down harder as well. So watch out. Yeah, silver might end up being pretty tasty, by the way. So yeah, the commodities market definitely selling off. Brent crude, by the way, if you were interested, I don't know if you are, $101 in after hours on the futures market, which I think the futures market opens in like 20 minutes, right? I think the futures market opens in 20 minutes. So yeah, generally stocks bearish, I think is fair to say right now. Futures markets look pretty tasty. We'll take a look at them specifically in a minute and sort of see how that's playing out. But yeah, look at some of these coins, by the way. XCN, 14%. That is a big old move here. Look at this breakout. We talked about this last week, didn't we? I think it was Friday, actually. We said, hey, watch out for this breakout here on XCN. And if it does break out and continues, then yeah, this might be a nice little bullish move here. I think the bottom was in at 59K. Minor capitulation ended in classic bottom signal and ETF inflows. Yeah, I mean, minor capitulation, though, we looked at the pool multiple. The pool multiple. It isn't actually as big as we've seen in previous cycles. But I mean, there's definitely an argument. I think there's too much to argue based on if you look at loads of indicators that will tell you when the market bottoms is. We discussed them right at the very start of the stream. So, but yeah, and then Fetch, look, finally starting to get a little bit of a movement. So nice little move here. Does it get past the 50-day moving average? Maybe. Any thoughts on the X payment system? Is there a way to profit on that? Yeah, you need 5 million impressions over a 3-month period. It's almost impossible. Like, it is genuinely like, this is why I get so disengaged with X. I've tried and tried and tried and tried, and it is just the worst platform for engagement ever. But yeah, 5 million impressions you need, Mark Noby, and then you can get paid over that. Yeah, it's kind of wild if you think about it, if you ask me. So yeah, these are nice little movers and groovers today. Now, also worth noting here, there was a couple of other coins that got moving. Monad had a nice little move today, 2.6. Kind of nice. Chainlink back above 930. Jasmine at 2%, which is kind of nice. A couple of good movers here. Starting to get a little bit of momentum. XRP down now to 142. Bullish on that one. ETH at 2137 is interesting at 1.9%. So, yeah. Pretty good. Planeteer. I mean, I don't really trade the stock market. I don't know if anyone else does, by the way, but yeah. What is Phantom Cash? If you know, I am on the waiting list to try it. I don't even know what it is. I have no idea what Phantom Cash is. Alice Grant says Bitcoin is pumping. Yeah, it really is. 72,000 breaking out. Nice little move here on BTC. You got a little bit of memes here moving as well, which is kind of nice. Look, Pepe about 0.6. Pump looking like it may drop back into that buy opportunity again. Look at this. We were talking about this last time we were here. Look, maybe about to break down below the channel. Could you give you the opportunity of the 185s? Might be nice. Looking there on Pump getting involved. And what was the other one we were looking at? I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, let's keep with BTC and see what happens right now. So yeah, breaking out, I guess. You could even, I think we talked about this the other day as well, didn't we? Look at this, like cup and handle. Target price there, look, 74,000. Might be a nice little long trade if you were tested. If you were thinking, hey, maybe the long trade might be pretty tasty. There's 1 billion liquidity at 75k. Nice. Okay, so here is the bot that I was telling you about. So this trading bot is now, there is 10 bots running across a number of different platforms. You can see some of the trading platforms. I had a good day yesterday, made about $4. Bear in mind, this is trading on a $120 balance, okay? So it isn't trading. I'm actually going to increase the balance here a little bit. I might take it to like $300 and see what it does. But yeah, so this is kind of where we are. Let me just walk you through a couple of things. Again, I'm not advocating for this, but yeah, Mark Nobe, I'm going to show you something for World Limit Financial as to why I actually am contemplating adding that to my shopping list for the first things I'm going to buy when I decide to enter the market. And I'm going to talk about it in just a minute. So get ready for that because it is going to be interesting. It's going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so this is the bot that we've got trading. Currently trading on Bitunix Exchange. Again, this is a $100 balance that I started with. So it's out to 122. So it's like a 20% return. You can see how that's kind of playing out here over the greens. And you had one bad day. It lost me $8. But outside of that, it's actually trading pretty well. These are the bots it's trading on. Pepe, ETH, Cake, Sui, Aero, BTC. Tau has turned out to be an absolute monster. 4 trades currently on that one. Near Protocol, it hasn't done anything. Ondo, I changed out, and it's got Aptos as well. So you can see here, currently, it's in 5 trades for me. So it's in the Tau long and a Cake long, which are both $3. So this is, again, to close out. So it's got $3.51 here on both of those. It is, however, in 3 shorts, which is kind of a bit annoying, but hey, sometimes it's just life, isn't it? So you can see there, it's in an Aptos short, it's in a Pepe short, and it's in a BTC short. Again, probably cancel each other out right now. So yeah, you can see here, like some of the trades it was doing, it's actually trading pretty well. So what I can tell you guys is that some of you are going to get the ability to use this bot for free because you are a channel member and you're part of this community. Okay, so we're going to give you that for free. That's right. There are certain steps you've got to do, certain things you've got to do. You've got to sign up under my affiliate link with Blowfin, just to make sure it kind of goes through, etc. But yeah, basically what we're going to be able to give you is a pretty epic discount on some of this. You're going to get like, I think it's like, I mean, probably getting on for nearly $1,500 worth of stuff here that you're going to get just for being part of this community. So yeah, more on that very, very soon. But I was actually discussing with the dev team, the people that built it. We were sort of chatting about a few things the other day, and I will quote exactly what they said to me. And I was like, where is it? I was like talking about some of the bits and pieces, this, that, and the other. And yeah, I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I've been super, super busy. And they said, just to confirm, I'll move forward with this. Will this be part of your regular streams? I was like, hey, I'm like bringing it up and we're talking about it. Obviously they want they want to really kind of do it to get through. And it said, yeah, I see. We're not actually going to sell the platform to your audience. It will be free for your community. I mean, come on. So do you know the VC tab in the premium Discord? It's all going to be in there. All right. There'll be the first VC one that goes in there. So if you want to be part of that, then, we'll work through kind of what that looks like. But you're going to be a premium channel member in order to get access to that. So again, it's going to be kind of cool. So yeah, we'll give you access to that. Again, it is risky. I'm not saying that these are definitive. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, just dump your entire net worth in there and it's going to totally be fine. All I can tell you, and I've shown the results as it's gone through, I have had zero involvement other than picking the bots. Okay. So again, we'll see. I'm going to keep you guys posted on it. I am going to increase the amount of money I have in there, maybe by double. Get it to about $300 and see what happens, okay? Because why not, eh? Why not? All right, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be pretty exciting. And yeah, keep your eyes posted, all right? Keep your eyes posted on that one. So, man, I mean, If you think about the premium Discord, by the way, you can get it going to whoop.com/crypto. You can become a channel member here on YouTube. It is the most insane value premium Discord on the fucking planet, I think. I mean, people might say it's not 2-bit at all, and it's rubbish, and I'm in loads of them, but genuinely, I think it's good value. I think it's good value. So, you know, for the sake of like $7 a month, you know, that bot literally is going to make $7 a month for me. So we will increase it, you know, when the channel's like 1 million subscribers and everyone's like, oh my God, it's 2-bit. It's going to be about $500 a month to get in there. Anyway, 15-minute, Roma says 50-minute blow off. I mean, I am tempted to short this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But I'm not. Evening, mate. How are you? TJ, bro, I'm good. Thank you, mate. Just noticed I have a blue coin after my name now. Yeah, look at that, Mark. Let's good it. That means you're an absolute G. You're a G. That means you're supporting the channel by being a channel member, and it means you've been here for at least, I think, like 4 or 5 months now. Shout out to you. You're absolute legend. 15-minute blow off top. Yeah, I mean, it's a big spike there on the, big spike there on the closeout. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Look at that. Look at that breakout right now. It's kind of wild. Kind of wild. Definitely a bit of a bullish sentiment right now here on BTC. Definitely a bit of a bullish sentiment. You guys want to see the charts a little bit more? I guess while we're looking at charts, TikTok, you can kind of just take a look at it. But yeah, pretty interesting there. Nice little breakout. Nice little breakout. Okay, good. What time are we on? Oh my God, it's 21:47. Where the this stream gone? Yeah, I mean, I definitely am tempted to short this. I'm not going to, but I mean, where if you're on the 15-minute, where are you looking at here? Consolidation range coming in from the bottom. Where's the floor there? Maybe, you know, you'd take a short down to probably here, wouldn't you? If you look at that, I mean, I'm not advocating, you know, short in there, take profit here somewhere. What's the ratio on that one? 177. That's not worse. That's not the worst ratio. Tight stop loss, just above the range, actually, somewhere like there. That's probably where I would be. That's where I'd be going. That's a 2.4 risk to reward ratio. That's pretty good, actually, in fairness. I'm short in Sol, but I'm already long in general. So yeah, whatevs. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember if I'm signed into Weex or not. Am I signed into it? If I'm signed into it, I'll do it. No, I'm not. I'm signed out. Okay, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of coins out there. I mean, Sol's been trading around that $90 for a while, hasn't it? It hasn't really broken through anything. So yeah. Lofi says I'm a Wall Street insider. We will reach 2.4k ETH by today Asia market. Can you come back tomorrow night as well and let us know? That'd be great. What is a Wall Street? How would Wall Street know? Are they just going to buy? Are they going to buy loads of Ethereum? Is that what you're telling us? Is that what you're telling us? That the pre-markets are all saying that, yeah, everyone's absolutely cacking their pants and the world markets look terrible. And Asia themselves looking like they're going to sell off everything, but they're going to buy Ethereum. I'm down for it. I'm down for it, by the way. Yeah, look at that. So global markets feel very bearish for tomorrow. Just my opinion. Thoughts on Corgi AI? I feel like maybe I've looked at that. Have we looked at Corgi AI? Have we looked at Corgi AI? I feel like we have. Let me bring it up here. Corgi AI. I feel like it's terrible, but let me bring it up anyway and let me just double check. Corgi AI. Yeah, I definitely think we've looked at this. 93 is stop loss for me, but it's not the best trade. Everything I'm doing is small. So yeah, same. I'm on about between 8 and 12x leverage. Yeah, Corgi AI looks terrible, by the way. Is that the one that's like 503993? Looks awful. Unless it's the wrong one. It looks awful. 100x long and ETH for me, thanks. Tim's going full, like, what do you call it? Full, full, I can't think what it is now. Scorched earth. Love it. Love it. Stream Elix on fire. What is it saying? You'll never be more bullish than the top comment here. 37 hopper. Yeah, I mean, that's true as well. Too bit. So, RPM, I'm sorry. That's what happens when you got 3 kids. It won't happen again. By the way, guys, if you haven't, just hit the like button for me. And likewise, if you can, just do it on TikTok as well. Do share the stream out. You know, let people know we're here. I would massively, massively appreciate it. Like I said, we're definitely trying to be in a world of just doing some slightly more beneficial content. It's dead easy to go on here and go, oh, markets are going to be down. I'm just trying to bring something different. And it's hard yards at the minute. It's like a complete shift in narrative on the channel. So hit the like button, support us out. That'd be great. Yeah, Lofi, they're giving me some hard time. I fell asleep on Friday for my live stream. And yeah, not a great one. Not a great one, if I'm honest, but you know, we're back. Did you see my super chat 2-bit? What, tonight? Did I see you super chat tonight? No. What about Osiris? Oh, we looked at Osiris as well. I feel like maybe we have. Yeah, see, like I put 2 videos out today and they didn't even get to 1,000 views between them. Like, it's just like, oh, man, I don't know what's going on. Did you read the chart log 2-bit? Did I read the chart log? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, I can't see you. But when did you do a super chat? Tonight? You haven't done a super chat tonight. I get a list of it all here, and it's not on there. No, on your stream you slept on. I donated. Wake up, you pleb. Did you? I don't think you did. Your super chat and stickers history. Crypto Templar. Is it because I didn't go live? I think you're winding me up. It was quite funny, the chat on Friday. Yeah, I did kind of very briefly look at it, but I was so wiped out. I was like, man, I'm so tired. I woke up, saw that I was already half an hour late for the stream, had no idea what was going on, and I thought I better just send a message. Send a message to you guys going, I'm super tired. And then I literally went back to sleep. My missus came in at like 12:30, and I was basically asleep from about 8 o'clock till gone out past 12. Scott's nodes, it looks even worse. Osiris, or whatever it's called, looks even worse. So it's down 21% on volume. It's at $2.81 million market cap. It looks terrible, in my opinion. Hoping the super chat would wake you up. Thanks, man. Thanks. I like it. What is your live about? Crypto, baby. Green Hornet says, what's up to? What's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, it's all about cryptocurrency. I mean, I can show you the charts. We're just looking at what the pre-markets look like for tomorrow. Yeah, so Asia looks terrible. Europe looks terrible. And America's look terrible. That doesn't mean anything, though. We've seen the markets... yeah, I did RPM. I bet it did. But yeah, markets look pretty interesting, actually. So the general markets, S&P 500, all that kind of stuff, looks pretty bearish. The crypto market looks okay. Fear and greed, by the way, is still at 34. So we're still in this kind of like, you know, not great space when it comes to fear and greed index. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, BTC at 72,000. So interesting here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin futures do look like they are up. I mean, the CME gap, if you care about CME gaps, 71,325. So we could definitely see a you know, a come back down, and 50,000 comments. Yeah, I know. So what are the parts? What are the pairs that are going to be down tomorrow? The pairs. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Are you saying like BTC, USDT, and are you saying that players? I mean, I don't know right now. I mean, we've seen the market last week on expectations of like the S&P and all that to move up. Like Bitcoin might rally. If the stock market's going to push down, you might get a little further push on BTC, just in my opinion. Don't forget, everyone's freaking out about the cost of energy, which I think if you get anything to do with like Straits of Hormuz or anything like that tonight, like, yeah, that's going to be bad news. I thought if it was on a date night with Vern on Friday night. No, mate, I was on my own. Have you seen lately how crypto is rising yet markets falling? Is this a sign? Well, the reason you've got the stock markets, you know, dumping its rear end off is because everyone's freaking out about the cost of energy, especially if you're in manufacturing, which is why I think all the March data is going to be terrible, by the way, just because I think lots of it will be affected by the current energy problems. Don't forget, February, everything was fine. March, tasty. You know, Oracle, massive AI data centers, all going to be costing way more money when it comes to that. And the biggest debate will be what happens with Brent crude, by the way, Because don't forget, Trump's allegedly releasing these $140 million barrels, barrels, and the rest of it. The problem you've got is when you look at kind of what's going on with the Straits of Hormuz, you are in a place where no one's backing Trump. Now, you could argue there's an obvious reason for it, but no one is kind of backing him, specifically when you're talking about the Straits of Hormuz, specifically. And I think that's the important bit, because that is what everyone's freaking out about. Let's do this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. People are going into crypto as a safe haven from the world. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. So if we get any kind of like bad news for the Straits, i.e. a ship gets wiped out or, you know, any sort of crazy stuff like that, then yeah, that's when it will get interesting. You've got to remember that nobody can touch your crypto like cash. That's true. Well, I mean, technically, we've discussed this before. If it's on an exchange, they can get it. If it's on an exchange, they'll get it. The big debate right now is there a genuine risk of a genuine risk here? This is obviously the Straits of Hormuz. Of mines. That's the problem, isn't it? Now, again, not a lot is kind of going through there right now. It is, I mean, there's definitely a build-up of ships here. Definitely a build-up of ships here. Way more than we saw on Friday. But, yeah, doesn't look like loads are going through here. Again, worth noting. I don't know where this Carg Island is as well. Does anyone know where that is? Because that is essentially what got attacked, isn't it? Is it CK? Is it like that? Carg. Is that it? Oh my gosh, what is that? What is happening to my screen? Bitcoin Bijam, the man. CRPM, that's how you do it, bro. With a 5 says, can we please look at Swiftcoin? Can it hit 3 cents in April? I mean, that's Iran's. Yeah, I know. I was looking for it on a map. I was curious where it was on a map. Swiftcoin, can it hit what? 3 cents in April. So it needs to lose a 0 to get to that in April in 2.5 weeks. I'm going to go and say no. Nope. I don't believe that can. 3 cents would be a wild move for April. Wild move for April. 3 cents. So you'd be looking for it to move 800%. The only reason it would move 800% is if, like, genuinely MasterCard are like, yeah, we're integrating Swiftcoin. It's going to be amazing. We thought you were stuck there because of your thumbnail 2-bit. RPM and I were going to come save you. Thanks, Tim. On Friday. Oh, dear me. Stream Alex says, never miss a crypto game by joining our Discord. Let's go. Turns out everyone is a complete... Not to be rude. That's true, Fat Sonic. That's true. You held on till about 11:30. I tried my best, but I couldn't stick with it. Yeah, so nothing, by the way, coming in are the Straits of Hormuz right now. There's just all sorts of crazy stuff about rich people, which, you know, none of us are that bothered about, if I'm dead honest. Carg Island north of the Strait. Oh, is it? Okay. As in, like, over here somewhere. Which way is... I don't know which way north is. Oh, is it up here? Oh, it's here, look. Ah, right. Oh, yeah, there's all the oil thing, look. Ah, nice. Shout out to you, Mark Nobby. Oh, yeah, look at that. So these are the big... This is the big oil infrastructure. Right. So this is kind of what just got absolutely decimated, right? I mean, there's no ships there right now. Where does it... Oh, there, look. You see? Ah, man. That's kind of wild, isn't it? Look at that. One ship. That is... Yeah, that's the home of it. All right, okay. So... Oh, I see. So you have to come into the Straits, fill up here, and then you go back out the Straits and round, right? Yeah, because you can't go through here. Ah, okay. So really... these are the ones we're interested in, isn't it? If you think about it. I know you guys can't see this. Do you guys want to see this? I don't know if you guys want to see this. But yeah, so these are the ships we're interested in because these essentially have the oil that people need. Oh, so you learn everything here. You learn lots of new things here on the channel rather than just random stuff. Yeah, okay. Interesting. US oil prices open above 102 a barrel. Okay, here we go then. Watch out. I think we get a man, I don't even know. I mean, in theory, if oil goes up, BTC might do the same. So futures, I'm assuming, are opening as we speak. If only we could hold on for dear life. OBS, stop crashing. I gotta go though, but it's interesting thing pointing on there. Yeah, shout out to you, Fat Sonic. Go south and look at the Red Sea. They are trafficking oil there. Just depends what the Houthis from Yemen do. I thought they were being attacked as well. But yeah, shout out to you, Fat Sonic. Set your alarm clock. Always good to get your input, my man. Always good to get your views, thoughts, opinions. I appreciate it, my man. I was going to show you guys this, well, wasn't I? World of It Financial dead quick. That, yeah, USD1 through Myriad Markets, the first prediction market fully powered by USD1. If you think that World of It Financial is not a good idea to look at, I would think again, personally. They are going to be absolutely rocking and shocking, in my opinion. So, again, where is World of It Financial right now? It's currently, in my view, a discount. It's currently sitting at 10.042. Hasn't dipped below, which is interesting. But what's important to reference here is that with this, it is positioning across every single sector of tomorrow's financial system, whether it's prediction markets, settlements, and it's all done with USD1. So many people are naive, in my opinion. You've got the presidentially backed World of It Financial coin. Again, I'm not saying that tomorrow it's going to go to the fucking moon. I'm not saying that at all. But boy, there is some good stuff being built out for that one for sure. My God, my local garage is just this minute put up unleaded by 15p. Oh my God. Brent crude, yeah, so here we go. So what are we getting here on Brent? Man, look at the futures market starting to open here as well. Wow, look at silver. Wow. Silver is dumperino. Gold might be dropping below 5,000. No surprise. Told you this is going to happen, bros. Watch out, broskies. But yeah, we're interested in Brent crude, 101.68. BTC to 80 or to 65? I mean, my thesis, if I'm aligned to what I've been talking about for this entire live stream, says it goes down. I think if it was going to push higher, you guys want to see this, by the way. I have 250k World of It Financial. Nice, bro. It's going on one time. Good to see you, money. Money, 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 money. Yeah, my view is that I think it, my thesis is goes down. Not dollars, but coins. Oh, yeah, fair play. Fair play. Right, Brent crude, 101.68. Look at the S&P is up marginally in after hours. Gold is dumping. Gold is dumping a little bit here on that. BTC is... Man, BTC is pumping. We said this might happen. Bro, BTC is up to the moon. Wow. Crazy here on BTC right now on the 15-minute. Interesting. Watch out. Late longs. Going to start piling in. Start piling in. They're all like, oh my God. Oh, not this. I want to look at... I don't know if it's going to show me, actually. I don't know if this is even a good idea. Oh, sorry, TikTok. I didn't mean to just whack the camera then. Feed's cutting in and out. Is it? Man, it must be my internet this evening then. My internet must be wild. I can... hold on a second. I'll flick you just to that. You should be fine now. BMAX to sell your gold quick. Oh, no, get out of there. Want a man, want a man, want a man, want a man, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so again, we've got a little bit of liquidity building at this kind of upper range right now. But yeah, interesting here on the market futures open. BTC rallying. Look at this. BTC is starting to move a little bit. Oh, sorry. I'm just a little bit uncomfortable right now. Oh, that's better. BTC rallying a little bit here. 72,234. And yeah, looking like it's kind of breaking out as well. What are the 5 reasons? Go back to the start of the live stream and you'll see it. Go and give it a watch. All good reasons, by the way. I can tell you. The 200-week moving average, the weekly RSI, the pool multiple, the MVRV, and final one was the long-term holder supply. It's all about to kick off markets, and gold are selling off. Yeah, I mean, I think BTC sells off, by the way. Like we said, you know, again, where's the upper range here? Look, 74,000. Gold is, gold's kind of trying to bounce back a little bit. Gold's trying to bounce back a little bit. But yeah, understanding why they're important, though, is Abu is what it's all about. So definitely go and check it out. Just go to the start of the live stream, you'll see it. Silver's definitely the one to watch, by the way. It's definitely, yeah, it's definitely interesting. The world's about to end. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too convinced right now on this BTC breakout at all, by the way. At all. Definitely a short opportunity in my view. I was just going to see if the bot's doing anything. Let me just bring it up. Is the bot closing anything out? It has not. Okay, so it's still in. It could do with closing the Tau short, the Tau long out, and then the shorts will print then, which would be kind of nice. Bank in that like $2.50. But yeah, BTC 72. We have oil, Brent oil 101.68. Hasn't really moved, but gold, I mean, gold's rallying a little bit. USDC might hit $1. You know it, Tim. You know it, Tim. USDC to the moon, baby. USDC to the moon. Has it done this in previous bear cycle sideways for about 7 weeks now? Insane. I mean, kind of. We haven't really had much of a war, though, previously. I know that obviously the Russia-Ukraine thing is good, but thoughts on World Limit financial price prediction? I mean, look, if they get what they're doing and they land what they're trying to do, World Limit financial could be pretty insane, in fairness. Jimmy, if you join the Discord, apparently you won't miss the stream again. Oh, you're hilarious, RPM. I need to check it, actually, just to see if... Oh, a few people have... Oh, there you are. Digital native. Welcome. Let me give you access. Boom. There you go, my man. See, some people know how to do it, and some people just get kicked out, man. Just, you know, for those of you that are in the Discord, do you still get random DMs from people or not? Because obviously we tried to... you're a good man. I'm subbing and thumbs up. Hey, thanks, my man. Appreciate that. We're live 6 days a week. 9 p.m. Eastern. No, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK, bringing you the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency, as always. So, yeah, I appreciate that, my man. Appreciate it. Yeah, you guys in the free Discord, do you still get DM stuff or not? Because DMs are turned off in our Discord. We vet every single person that goes into it. And if they don't do the capture, they get yeeted. We just don't entertain them. Yeah, look at this. BTC right now selling off as predicted. Interesting, right? Interesting. I mean, I'm not saying it's the start of the end, by the way, but yeah. Not even World War III has no leadership and a bunch of running around. Well, I mean, depends, doesn't it? I mean, allegedly the son of the, what is it called? Ayatollah Khamenei, whatever it's called, is essentially apparently running the country, but I don't know how true it is. I received 2 requests from you, digital native. They aren't me, by the way. They're not me. Once I think you're in the Discord, you should be fine because they can't DM you once you're in. Digital, I've just given you access to it as well, by the way. So you are, you should be totally in by now. I don't DM anyone. If you need to get hold of me, just type in general chat and you'll get me in there. But yeah, once you're in the Discord, you should be golden. You shouldn't be getting any DMs. Not on my end. Haven't you hit anyone? Nice. BMS is Goliath mainnet launch March 27th. Gold rips off 5k. Is it bounced off 5k? Yeah, gold. Oh yeah, wow, 5020. It's clinging on for dear life, isn't it? Yeah, clinging on. Nasdaq's moved a little bit, which is kind of nice. I get 2-bit friend requests, but nothing like before. Nice. Well, you know it's not me, so like I said, once you're in the Discord, I think you should be pretty safe. In fairness, just know that I'll never send you a message, even though I like being friends. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, where are we sitting right now? Well, look, BTC just under $72,000. Pretty interesting here as this kind of moves and grooves. Can BTC get above 75k? I mean, it definitely can. I mean, it definitely can. I mean, if you think about on a broader scale where we've been talking about, you know, 74,000 here wouldn't be untoward. And then, you know, upper range here, I mean, 78,000 could, you know, we could see this range before we get you know, before you get a wick down, like think about it. Like you could easily see that move back up. Let's go to the 5-day chart here. Look, and if you look at the 2021 bull market, it's always, you know, worthwhile. If you think about it, you know, we did from the very bottom and then a wick up, we did 40% back. We went from 32 to 45. So if we did 40% again from current price, what does that look like? You know, I mean, you could be, I mean, you'd be back at 100K. You get a massive rejection of 100K, which would be pretty crazy. I mean, I think honestly, you're going 40% from here, which is probably more like about 89 to 90K. Remember, when we talk about those indicators that we've been discussing, and more specifically, you know, where these sit, then, you know, that kind of aligns to it. Where's my, that's annoying. My indicator stuff's gone. All right, fine. I must have randomly deleted it by accident. Have we checked on the ETF buys coming in or sells going out tonight? There won't be anything tonight. It'll all be tomorrow. It'll all be tomorrow that we'll see. I mean, there may be a little bit on futures, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Right, everybody. Where is BTC sitting right now? 71,845. So yeah, definitely in a small sell-off right now. Nothing super crazy. What's interesting though, look at this. So Sol back above $90. Sui back at 101. That's pretty interesting. ICP, World of Bit Financial are down. Memes down. Gold. Yeah, I mean, gold's trying. Gold's trying. Brent crude. Look at Brent crude though. Oh shit. 105. Let's stick with Brent crude. I can afford another 50 minutes. Bet2bit has a BMW not using indicators. I actually do. I actually do have a BMW. Yeah, over 330e. It's my company car though. Would 89K set off the alts 3-minute 2-bit? What? I mean, 89K would be a pretty interesting price, wouldn't it? Andy Box, what's going on, my man? Good to see you, buddy. Anyone in Benidorm? 28th. This is my 60th. Andy Box, 28th. No, I'm not in Benidorm on the 28th. Otherwise, I'll be there. Why not? Be cool. Be cool as. Yeah, RPM, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Why are some people such choppers, by the way? One time, can you get rid of that person? Are you still a mod in the chat? Hold on a minute. Thanks, Casey. Appreciate it, my man. I just realized I was very close to the camera then. I'm sorry, I was really close to it. That you looks like a huge bear flag chart. This is oil, by the way. So yeah, oil at 105 is wild. Brent crude at 100, which means the stock market probably absolutely tanks again tomorrow. Bear in mind, they don't really know what's going on with this Carg Island stuff. So we're not really in a place where, you know, we're going to see what that looks like. It's all going to be on what happens with these barrels of oil. Like, do they let the barrels of oil go? And if not, yeah, might get tasty. Might get tasty. Yeah, 71,800. Yeah, BTC's selling off right now. Man, we should have shorted this. I knew we should have shorted this. Bruh, look at that. It's literally exactly where we said it would come to. Bro, we should have shorted that market. Oh, well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Do you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. Don't stress it. Don't stress it, in my opinion. It is what it is. It's what it is, everybody. I bought oil, but it leaked out myself. The Russian bears behind it all. Watch out. Yeah, 71,791. I mean, like I said, not the craziest numbers. BTC, it's still a gain on the day, but worthwhile watching, in my opinion. Type at the end, sorry. Betamax. Okay. I mean, you know, yeah, you're going to get a move on alts for sure, but yeah. Why didn't we short? We need a bot. The bot is in. Don't worry, the bot's there. I'm watching the bot. I don't have enough capital. That's the problem. I need some more capital for it to trade some more. Oh, man. I don't even know how many trades it's done. Is there a way of telling how many trades it's done? Oh, actually, I can tell you here. Number of trades, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17 trades in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. That's not bad, actually. This is drop my opinion. Don't get too excited. No hype. I'm not, by the way. I'm bearish on the market. I think the market comes down to that. Hence why loads of my indicators are all lower, by the way. You know, I'm down here, me. I'm 60,000. I'm annoyed that my I'm annoyed that my thing's gone. What? Am I just tripping out here? Okay, fine. Fine, I'll look at it. How long a time frame do you think before 60k? I mean, difficult, Sham. It is difficult because I think a lot of it will be dependent on. I mean, a lot of it I think is just dependent on macros, if I'm honest. And what you've got, I think, a little bit here is that like people are super willful of this being like a big pushback to the upside. So yeah. Can you please check the short side liquidity on gold on the 4 hour, please? I didn't take it. I didn't take it on my chart. The short side liquidity on gold. I mean, I can try. On lunch break, then back to delivery Amazon packages so I can buy more crypto. No hype. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. So short side liquidity zone is, where are we looking here? There we are. Let's actually get to where the current price is, in fairness. What is going on here? Why are we so far behind? Oh, finally, right, we're here, look. I'm 40, I'm praying I can stop working a bit. Mate, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Oh, I don't know what this is doing. It's all going a bit mental. My chart's going a bit mental. Gold is selling off a little bit now. Gold is definitely selling off. So you got a couple of strong liquidity pockets here. So what are you looking at? 4940 maybe. Let's go into the 1 hour chart here on gold just to kind of get a bit of a flavor as to where this is kind of setting up. So macro side of things, a little bit lower. Yeah. So I mean, you're looking at kind of 490, aren't you really? Is XCN a threat to XRP if that's a lot of... I don't think so. I don't think so. Right, everybody, what time are we on? Man, it's nearly 20 past 10, so I need to be out of here. Let's take a quick look at, just finally, Brent crude, man. Brent crude 106. Yeah, this is spiking right now. Not like super crazy, but yeah, definitely on an upside here on crude on the daily. So watch out for this. Definitely going to see, I think, a reaction in the stock market. Brent crude is up at 106. Gold looks like it's going to lose 5,000, if I'm honest. Silver already lost 70. Already lost 80. Like silver definitely in a sell-off right now. Gold definitely looks like it's about to lose 5,000. BTC then was probably hovering, potentially even going to start to come down. So definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be an interesting day in the markets, I reckon. One to keep a very close eye on for sure. But don't forget, we'll as always be back tomorrow night breaking these markets down, keeping you guys dialed in and certainly taking your thoughts, opinions, and views. It's 101 on Hyperliquid, so this week's probably oil going down. Well, I think you're probably right, in fairness. We'll obviously be breaking it down. We're back tomorrow night, as you would expect. 9 p.m. UK time, hopefully with marginally better internet connection, which is super annoying that it keeps cutting out, and I don't know why. But we'll be back tomorrow, all right? So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't miss out. We'll be back with all the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency. Until then, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.